That's a lot of biscuits, yeah.
Presented with an especially branded white coat, he's a baker for a day. And for 7-year-old Eason, this was a dream come true. The family regularly drove past Arnott's Huntingwood factory as they took Eason to the hospital for his cancer treatment. The little boy's greatest wish made possible today by the Arnott's Group and its foundation partner, Camp Quality.
This afternoon is very special. To be able to use what we do, what we love doing, to provide happiness and moments of comfort for individuals and their families is a wonderful thing.
And ensuring the continued supply of Australian-grown soft wheat, an essential ingredient for Eason's favourite biscuit, has created a unique partnership that takes us to Picton, west of Sydney. Miller's Allied Pinnacle have been supplying Arnott's with flour for more than 100 years. And in that time, the existing variety of soft wheat, Qual 2000, has declined in yield, becoming far less appealing to growers who can harvest higher yields per hectare from other crops.
Allied Pinnacle's purpose is to bake the future from flour every day. We recognise the need to be investing in the future of soft wheat and soft wheat flour for our key customer Arnott's biscuits. So we've invested in a long-term soft wheat breeding program with long-reach breeding partners and Arnott's biscuits.
More than 200,000 tonnes of grain from New South Wales growing regions are milled here each year. Soft wheat may be a small percentage of that, but an essential part of Arnott's value chain.
The Scotch soft wheat variety that we are currently commercialising has shown outstanding performance in terms of yield and also in disease resistance. And in fact, when grown under irrigated conditions, we're seeing a 16% improvement in yield year on year. And that's a big win for the growers, a big win for Allied Pinnacle, and of course for Arnott's.
Long-reach plant breeders have been developing wheat varieties suited to Australian conditions for more than 20 years. Their breeding programs combine genetics, phenotypic and environmental data, statistics and artificial intelligence.
Our core purpose really is to make wheat more profitable by delivering varieties that add value. There are three key stakeholders here. So there's the mills, there's the grower, and then there's the food processor or Arnott's. And we need to make sure that everything that we deliver is going to meet the requirements of all those three stakeholders.
It was agreed to name the new soft wheat strain after an Arnott's biscuit, and Scotch won the vote. But before the new strain could be offered to growers, it had to undergo rigorous testing at Arnott's Huntingwood pilot plant.
We need to make sure that it gives us the right height that you expect from a Scotch finger, the dimensions you expect, the bite, so is it a really hard texture, is it a soft texture, does the perforation break properly? There are a lot of different properties that we test. The bake colour, there's just a whole list. We need to make sure that it is able to really get through a tough season. If it doesn't meet our score, our minimum score, it doesn't pass as a variety.
The partnership between plant breeder, miller and biscuit maker goes back to 2009, so that 14 years later, growers could have confidence in profitable returns, and Michelle, confidence in how this new soft wheat flour performs.
Hey Michelle.
Hey Neil, how are you?
Hey, good, thanks, good.
I've got some great news.
That's good.
We've
I'm
got
all for that.
Scotch from 3 locations, and we're finding great score on this one. So the circularity, the appearance.
Yeah.
We've got the biscuit height, perfect. Time for a new one to come out.
23 years.
Wow, yep.
Scotch soft wheat will be available for growers to plant in 2023, with the first harvest in 2024.
I think the value is really around the sustainability side of things, because if we weren't delivering these high yielding varieties to make Australian growers competitive, then that's a disaster for the industry, and that flows right through the whole food chain.
And creating a more sustainable supply chain is the key driver for Simon Loudon.
You need to make sure when you're embedding sustainability into Arnott's in particular that you get the key players.
The Arnott's Group strategy is to be net zero within operations and across supply chain and partnerships by 2050. And two of its largest bakeries, one in New South Wales and one in Queensland, are on track to use 100% renewable electricity by 2029. Inside the bakery, young Eason is nearing the end of his busy day.
The biscuit's going to be covered in chocolate, and then they do a little turn over here, and look at that.
And he'll be taking home a familiar package that's also in Simon Loudon's sights for the future.
When it comes to packaging, we're focused on reuse and recyclability, ensuring that everything we produce, A, we use minimal packaging, and B, the packaging we use, you can put into recycling streams in your local neighbourhood.